What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Project F80 video. And in today's video we're going to be doing some lowering springs on my F80 M3. There's a pretty big wheel gap on the front wheels, so we're going to go ahead and take care of that. We'll go to the garage right now and I'll show you guys what springs I got. Let's head over there. Alright guys, so here we have the lowering springs. These are EMD springs, they're manual design, and these are their emmotion springs. I did a lot of research on what is a good spring for ride quality for this car, and this came in highly recommended. A lot of people use this and kind of praise it for its ride quality, staying close to OEM. So that's what I wanted, and it gives you a nice little drop on the front. Just basic springs. You've seen lowering springs. They look pretty similar. So this should be the rear here, and then the bigger one should be the front, but I'll double check that. And then you can kind of see here the big gap there is right there. That's kind of what we're going after to get rid of. Same thing on this side, just a pretty big gap that we need to get rid of. And then the rear, it shouldn't drop it too much. It might just drop it like maybe half an inch, so nothing crazy. Alright guys, so we got the first strut out. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what I've done so far. So one of the first things you're going to have to do is remove the strut brace, or the strut bar, and then there's another brace that goes back here, the silver one. Looks like that. You're going to have to remove those two. And then on the top mounts of the actual struts themselves, there's a bunch of bolts here you got to take out. And that's going to allow the whole shock to drop. And in here, you'll see there's this link right here. You disconnect this from the rest of the shock, and you unplug these little sensors right here. You unplug that sensor along with the brake lines. You go ahead and disconnect those, and then this, you're able to drop it at that point. I have it supported up right now with this little quick jack. So just make sure when you remove the actual strut, the shock, you support the actual brake assembly, because otherwise it'll be hanging and there'll be a lot of pressure on all the joints and some of these lines will get pulled down. So just make sure you support it somehow. And then when you go to remove it, there's this is where it sits in here. Just pry on it and it'll open it up a little bit, and it'll allow you to pull out the strut. And you'll have enough clearance to kind of drop this down enough so you can just pull the strut this way and then pull it out. So I did this all by myself, so no special tools. I just have a basic toolkit. There is one special tool that you should have, but I didn't know I needed it, to be honest. But you know what, it was too late. We're already balls deep, so as a car guy, you know, you guys just have to figure it out, and that's what we did. So there's a nut in here that holds this top hat to the rest of the strut and holds the spring in place. But there's this other centerpiece here that's for the actual like cylinder right here. There's the actual shock itself. And if you just try to loosen up this top bolt, it'll spin with the shaft, so it won't loosen itself. So you have to figure out a way to hold the shaft tight enough so you're able to loosen that top nut off. It's pretty hard, but you know, I got to figure it out. I couldn't record it because I'm by myself. But there's a special tool it's a socket that sits in here, and then it actually has a cutout in it, and then it allows you to put in like a wrench and hold this other part in while you're turning it. So if you guys want to do it easier, just go ahead and order that part. I just didn't know I needed it, so whatever, we got to figure it out. So I have the new actual spring in the strut, in the shock, so we're gonna go ahead and put it in the car right now. It should be very simple. Here's the difference between the two. You can see the difference in height. That's pretty much what's gonna give us our drop right there. It's like 1.5 inches. So that's the difference between the two. This is obviously the OEM one over here all dirty, and then the new one there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this inserted in, and then we'll hop on into this side over here. I still have to release the actual shock itself, but I'll go ahead and do that when I jack the car up. Super dirty. It's like 100 degrees out. I'm just trying to get it done. That's really why I'm not recording a lot of it. Plus, you know, I'm kind of learning as I go, so I don't want to teach you guys wrong, or just, you know. But it's coming along well. I can't wait to get them in and then the car lowered. I think the rears are really simple. I'm gonna see how it looks with, so I'm gonna see how it looks with just the fronts, and then kind of see if I want to go lower on the back or not. I'm still not sure, but I'm gonna do the fronts and then we'll see, and then we'll go from there. But I think the rears are really simple, so it wouldn't take that much longer anyways. So we'll go ahead and get this back in, and I'll show you guys what it looks like once everything's back in and down on the ground. Wish me luck. All right guys, so we got the left side lowered, which is the first side I did. So I'm gonna show you the difference between the two right now as it sits. So this is the stock ride height right here. Obviously this side hasn't settled. I mean, I just lowered it. It's gonna take a little bit to settle, but so initially there's not much difference. I don't know if it's because I haven't lowered that side yet, but we'll go ahead and show you guys what it looks like once I get this other side done over here. It's just gonna be a repeat of what I did on the other side. Drop these down right here. We'll jack the car up, take the wheel off, drop these down right here, disconnect all the links inside and the sensors, pull the strut out and switch the springs, and then reverse it back. So I'll catch you guys in a little bit, man, I'm tired. All right guys, we got the other side done. So I have the two fronts down, and we're about to lower the car and get a first look of how it looks. All right guys, I think it looks much better now. I'm still debating on if I'm gonna do the rear or not, but we'll see. For today, I'm just gonna do the front because it was really time consuming, especially doing it by myself. It took me like 3, maybe 4 hours just trying to figure it out, and just messing with suspension is always a pain in the butt. So I'm just glad we got it done, and it looks really good. I'm really happy with how it looks right now. I can't wait to get aftermarket wheels that are a little bit more aggressive. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today's video. The car overall looks really good so far with just the front two in there. It made a huge difference. That's what I was mainly worried about. I will be installing the rear ones, just not today. I actually have to install my intakes back on and my new charge pipes. I had to remove the intakes to take the car in for warranty work. So we're just going to go ahead and get all that stuff back on now that we have the strut brace off right now. That's going to be a separate video. I'll be recording that right now, and that'll be uploaded at a future date. I just wanted to do separate videos for that just because I don't want this one to drag on too far. And as far as giving you guys a review on the springs, I don't feel like just a 5-minute drive around the block is going to be able to give me like a good idea of how they handle and stuff like that. I want to drive them for like a week or two and then come back with the review on the springs, the EMD emmotion springs. And if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments and I will do it. If you don't, that's okay too. So just make sure you check out the next video that I'll be uploading shortly. If you want to check out the charge pipes installation on that. And then that would be it, guys. I appreciate you guys checking out the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Please make sure to hit the like button. It's helping me out a lot. You guys are killing it on that. And also subs and subscriptions have been going up pretty fast, so I'm really happy with that. So all you new people, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Have a good day.